let's remember that before I walked into court, we had already lost. That was clear with his motion for summary judgment. Before witnesses, before experts, and do I think any of it mattered? I certainly hope so, but for anybody that was in the courtroom for the last 11 weeks, you heard that there was not one fact against President Trump. There was not one piece of paper that showed anyone committed fraud. And don't forget that Section 6312, a consumer fraud statute, has been wrongfully used against my client, innocent defendants, the organization, and every employee of the Trump organization, which has single-handedly changed the New York skyline, including the building we are in today. These are special properties. Real estate is an art, not a science. But you know what else is an art?
Donald Trump is facing a civil fraud trial brought by the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, who accuses him, his two eldest sons, and his company of defrauding banks and insurance companies by inflating the value of Trump's assets.
Donald Trump engaged in years of illegal conduct to inflate his net worth, to deceive banks and the people of the great state of New York. Claiming you have money that you do not have does not amount to the art of the deal. It's the art of the steal. And there cannot be different rules for different people in this country or in this state. And former presidents are no different. And so today we are making good on that promise, on our commitment. Because no one is above the law.
The New York Attorney General, Letitia James, filed a civil fraud lawsuit against Donald Trump, his two eldest sons, Donald Trump Jr., and Eric Trump and the Trump Organization in August 2020. The lawsuit alleges that they defrauded banks and insurance companies by inflating the value of Trump's assets, such as the Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago, the Seven Springs Estate in New York, and the Trump National Golf Club in Los Angeles.
Thank you very much. We just had a very good session. The lawyers said that there was absolutely nothing done wrong. These were all great loans. The bank got the loans, they got paid. The banks were in perfect condition. The bankers were extremely happy with these loans. They made a lot of money with the loans. There were no defaults, there were no problems. This is just an attorney general that hates Donald Trump and wanted to run for governor, and wanted to run for attorney general. And it's a shame. I think she should be criminally liable for this. She did this to Exxon, and they drove Exxon out of New York. Exxon paid billions of dollars of taxes. They're now living in Texas. Exxon is very happy in Texas. Other companies, because of what's happening here, are going to be moving out of New York also. This is an out-of-control attorney general. She's totally out of control. These loans were all good. The banks were extremely happy with me. They still are. We built a great company. We have a company that's very liquid, very strong, great assets. And she sued me because she wanted the publicity to run for office. And they find nothing wrong. And I think if anybody was being fair about it, and I'm not sure you can even hear me because they don't allow microphones over here, which is really ridiculous. But if anybody's fair about it, you see this is a case that should have never been brought. And I think we should be entitled to damages. Thank you. I'll be back.
Trump has been attending the trial in person and has clashed with the judge, Arthur Engoron, several times. He has also attacked James in her office, calling the case a political witch hunt and a waste of taxpayer money.
Well, thank you very much. As you know, we consider this an unconstitutional witch hunt. It's election interference at the highest level. It's a disgrace. It's in coordination with the White House and Joe Biden because he can't win a campaign fairly. And we're going through it, but it is indeed a terrible witch hunt. We're going to have a news conference a little bit later on. As you know, I want to speak. I want to make the summation. At this moment, the judge is not letting me make the summation because I'll bring up things that he doesn't want to hear. And it's a very unfair trial. Nobody's seen anything like this. I don't think they've ever seen anything like this. We have a situation where a statute was used that doesn't give me a jury, so I have no jury. I really have no rights, and it's and nobody thinks it's constitutional. People, legal scholars are writing about it like it's something they've never seen before. So it's.
On Thursday, he tried to give his own closing statement in court, but the judge rejected his request because he would not agree to avoid personal attacks or irrelevant topics. Trump then spoke for 6 minutes, criticizing the judge, the attorney general, and the media before being cut off by the judge. The judge said he will aim to file a written decision on the docket by the end of January.
From the Iowa caucuses, what percentage of your time these days is spent on your campaign? What percentage is spent on your legal issues?
Well, see, my legal issues, every one of them, everyone, civil and the criminal ones, are all set up by Joe Biden, crooked Joe Biden. This is something that's never happened in this country. Even when you look at this is all about Biden and her meeting. So even the civil ones, this is civil, they're set up by Biden. Every single, just about, case that I'm involved in is set up by Biden. They're doing it for election interference.
If Trump loses the case, he could face $370 million in damages and be barred from doing business in New York. This could have a significant impact on his business empire and his political future, as he has announced his intention to run for president again in 2024.
Political motivated individuals. She's using this to paint a canvas that Donald Trump is a fraudster because they can't beat him in the polls. They can't beat him in the polls, so she ran on Trump because that was the only way she could win. And now, today, after 11 weeks, after 3 years, we have concluded that he indeed committed no wrong. The Trump organization committed no wrong, and the kids have been dragged in just like the other defendants, and it is wrong. America needs to step up, and there's only one person who can do that. My client, Donald Trump. President Trump, everybody.